Hello world, this is Nick Ocho Brown. This is going to be episode 2 of Leadership Questions Answered. What's up everybody? Thank you so much for coming back. We're at episode 2 and today we're going to get into another leadership question that kind of works off of the last question that we went through, and we're going to keep on building that foundation for leadership. So without any further ado, let's just jump into the question now. Yeah, hi Ocho, this is me again. Understand what we talked about in the last video as far as what is leadership, and now my question is, why would anybody follow me? Hey dude, thanks again so much for coming back and asking the questions. You're asking some great questions and I really appreciate it. So why would anybody follow you? That's a great question. I think this is a question that most new leaders ask themselves. Because you're kind of unsure of yourself. You're not sure if it's something that you can do, and all these people around you, like, oh, they're gonna want me as a leader. It's a great question. The short answer, the quick answer is that if you're just getting started, they won't. I know that kind of sucks to hear, but let me further kind of talk about that, right? People aren't gonna follow you until they believe in you and they trust you. Now, if you've been working at an organization for 3 or 4 years and with a small team and you're looking to get promoted, you've probably already built up some trust with those that you work with. At least I hope that you have. And in that case, everybody's gonna naturally start to follow you because they already have that trust, but they're still gonna wonder, can I trust this person as a leader, right? It all comes down to that foundation of trust that we talked about in the last video. So in order to have people follow you, you need to be somebody who others will follow, right? That goes to your own personality and your own characteristics that make you a good person, a good person to follow. So a couple things. First off, I'm gonna go through 3 characteristics of good leaders, and I think these are the 3 most important characteristics of a leader, and those are humble, approachable, and credible. In fact, I did another video about those 3 in a lot more depth. I'll go ahead and shoot up a link to that video, but let's talk about those real quick, right? If you're a humble person, people are going to see that, they're gonna feel it, they're gonna know that you truly care about others' success and not just after your own success, right? You're not gonna stab people in the back. You're not gonna take credit for everything that's going on. You're not going to blame others when things go wrong. So a humble person is somebody others will start to build trust in. Second one is approachability, okay? If you're an approachable person, people are going to want to come talk to you, okay? That feeds right into humility as well. If you're a humble person, you're probably pretty approachable too. People are gonna wanna come and talk to you, right? If every time someone comes and talks to you, you blow up in their face, they're not gonna keep on coming back, right? So you have to have high emotional intelligence, understand how to connect with people, how to, if you get bad news, you don't, completely blow your gasket and just go crazy. People aren't gonna wanna keep coming and talking to you. So you need to be very approachable with those that you lead, and that's gonna help build that trust, because if they feel like they can come talk to you, that means that there's a good level of trust there, and you're gonna be able to have that much influence and that much, you're gonna be able to help them that much more. So approachability, extremely important. The last one is credibility. All right, credibility, there's multiple parts to the credibility. One is your job knowledge. If you don't know what you're talking about in your business or whatever sector you work in, you could be a very humble, approachable person, but no one's really gonna wanna come talk to you. They're not gonna trust in the advice that you give them because you don't know what you're talking about. Also, if you don't have good leadership skills, right? If you're not a good communicator, if you're not very focused, if you don't have a good vision, if you don't know how to delegate, you don't know how to organize, all these leadership skills, people are gonna kind of question your ability to lead them. Again, even if you're humble and approachable, you're a good person, someone who they can trust, but you don't know what you're doing, they're gonna lose their faith in your ability to lead them. And last one, the easiest one probably under credibility, is just your integrity. Right? Are you an honest person, or are you a person who's going to lie or deceit, not give the full truth to others? Can they believe in you? Can they trust you because you're honest and you have integrity? And that also goes to who you are as a person, right? If you are preaching to everybody that, hey, you need to have a healthy diet, you need to have a healthy diet, and you keep on preaching that, and you're talking the talk, but then they see you at Burger King every single day, you're gonna lose your integrity, which means that they're not gonna trust your word anymore, and therefore you have severely impacted your ability to lead them and help them in the future, because they're not gonna listen to what you have to say. So if you have those 3 characteristics, it's a huge step in the right direction for why people will follow you? The answer is because you're a person others want to follow. Okay, if you're not that person, no one's gonna follow you. But if you're a humble, approachable, credible person, people are going to want to follow you because you're the type of person that others will want to follow. I know I'm kind of oversimplifying a little bit, but it's really that easy. You know, if you're that person, people are going to want to follow you. And that's the answer to the question is, why would others follow you? Well, it's because you're a person that others would follow. And you need to become that person. And my philosophy on it is you need to be humble, approachable, and credible. All right, so that wraps up episode dose of leadership questions answered. Hopefully this brought a lot of value to you guys. If you guys have any questions, comments, disagreements, let me know, please. I'm very open to feedback. I love feedback. It helps me get better. It helps me bring more value and better content to you guys. So let me know. All right, question of the day. I want you guys to, in the comments below, tell me about a leader that you've had in your past who was humble, approachable, credible, and built trust with you, or tell me the story about a leader who was not humble, approachable, or credible, and how that hurt your trust. I think this will add a lot of value to everybody else to see the different examples of folks. Let me know in the comments below. We'll see you next week for episode 3.